Like, we don't need to split the fandom, but if you love Riverdale, you will love Sabrina. There are definitely elements for everyone. If you love the old Sabrina, there's definitely senses of nostalgia that harken back to that. If you love things like True Blood and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there's something there for you as well. And if you just like character-driven stories, it appeals to many, many demographics and all kinds of people, all kinds of audiences. There's horror elements, comedy elements. Lucy is hilarious. There are, whatever floats your boat, there's something to appeal for you. And we have, I don't want to say it as a buzzword, but we also have a very diverse cast. So it's representative of a lot of the worldly cultures.
Well, one, because it's all kind of in the same universe, same world. I think that hopefully that the Riverdale fans will kind of move over and be like, oh, now we get to see, like, you know, what's going on in Greendale, which will be, I think will be cool for them to kind of dig a little more into. And
I will say, though, I feel like Riverdale and Sabrina are still very different, though, at the end of the day. I think ours is still more like horror, and I think fans don't even have to pick between the two.
Yeah.
They can love both,
Right.
because they're both unique in their own ways.
Right.
And while they share that noir essence to them, yeah, they're sister shows, and that's a great thing. So
yeah,
I think they're gonna be really excited.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I mean, we already have people so like messaging us, like so excited for the show, so
Right.
like waiting for it to come out. And I think too, you know, like Riverdale has that dark, eerie feeling, and I think this is even like, you know, amped up
Yeah.
even more. So I think that's even more exciting. And you know, yeah, people are all about that right now too, with just like the dark feeling of shows, and you know, I think it's gonna be amazing.
yeah.
I mean, I think the fans of Riverdale are gonna love it. Like, it's got some really lovely elements that are similar to Riverdale, like the darker themes and some of the romance and things like that. I think that the fans will definitely translate. I also think that they're gonna be surprised because it's very different. Same writers, but totally different show. I'm a fan of Riverdale and I'm a fan of Sabrina, and so I think that it's possible to be fans of both and excited about both.
I think they're all gonna love it. Yeah, it's specifically the Riverdale fans will definitely love this show. But I don't necessarily think that this show, although it is the same creator and a lot of the same production team that created Riverdale, I don't necessarily think that they're exactly of the same genre, if that makes sense. Even though they're the same creators, I think they're very different shows. I think Riverdale fans will absolutely love this show, and I don't think this show has a specific demographic. I think everybody can enjoy this show. Maybe not for like 10-year-olds or younger, but in general, I think overall everyone can love this show.
I think even though it's the same universe, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different feeling. It's a whole different story. And I think people are going to respond to it really well. I think they're going to be excited by the fact that we've created this amazing universe. We've created this incredibly spooky, dark, but also amazingly funny and beautiful world. And I think people are going to react really well. I think it's refreshing, and I think it's a fun way to use the concepts and ideas we built with Riverdale, and then use them for a totally different story, a totally different theme with Sabrina. And I think it'll be something new, something interesting, something fun, something different.
I'm curious myself. It does have a darker element to it for sure, you know, and there is a bit of intrigue with the magic and fantasy kind of elements in it. And though the show plays so beautifully on its moments of levity, you know, it's really nice and lighthearted in those moments, as well as funny and romantic and terrifying. You know, it really hits each facet very well. And I think there's something for everyone in it. You know, the aunts played by Lucy Davis and Miranda Otto, who play Hilda and Zelda. I just see that relationship, and I picture my granny and my mom in a certain way. You know, just like little elements of it where I'm like, they would really enjoy that. You know, all the way from that age to my stepsister as well, who's 17. So, you know, like that age is, I think that's the demographic right there, you know.
I mean, I always say that it's super cool that we have Riverdale fans that are already excited about our show. I mean, it's not every day that you kind of get an audience that is already excited to see something before it's even come out. That's something that's really cool. I mean, it's an incredible platform, and that's awesome. And I also think that Riverdale fans are really gonna love this show because it shares that addictive quality, and it shares fun characters that you can completely fall in love with and sitting at the edge of your seat. But it's such a wildly different ride altogether, and I think it's going to be something that's so different, but no less enjoyable or fun. So I think Riverdale fans are going to be able to really like this in a totally different way.